Hello everyone, Happy New Year. My name is Clement Kolale and I'm here with a project from Unity. So let me get to that quickly. So as you can see is Unity, the main work of Unity is for making games and I like to play games. So I came to this language so I can be able to learn how to play games that I like to play. So let me just show you a quick preview of what I've built so far and my history of learning Unity. So basically, I just started by one small YouTube course that I saw. So I just kept building on that. So then I got to one part about building platformers and top-down physics and other stuff like that. So the reason how I got the jump is that I just be I was just able to just add physics to it so it can fall like an ordinary ragdoll human being. So the reason for these spinning platforms here is because of the hinge joints. They are hinged to the air, so if anything falls on it, it will spin. So it's good for seesaws, and it also makes a very tricky game too. So I also did this in like 3 or 4 days. Everything here is very complicated, and it's also in CSS. It's also in C sharp, sorry. Yeah, so the physics behind the game is very simple. So let me get through the code. So let me just show you something before I get to that code first. So if you want to make sure that everything is running okay, so you can just what you can do is just divide between the screen area and the play area like this. So you can zoom in like that, and then you can be able to click here. I can be able to watch the game from the play area too. So yeah, you can be able to be sure about that. So the next thing I want to show you is the code. Yeah, the code is player movement. So let me just load that quickly. Okay, so it's almost ready. Waiting. Okay, so forgot to mention that um, I used Visual Studio to be able to do this. Visual Studio is able to take a lot of programming languages like JavaScript, CSS, Python, C Sharp, C++, C, and so on. So this is just all the code I used to be able to build the character. So this is it here. So I'm just gonna show you how to build this by yourself, but in a simpler form. Alright, so let's open a new Unity project so I can be able to show you how to create this game by yourself, be able to modify on it and create. So let's create an empty project. And I mostly like saving my Unity folders inside pictures. So I'm going to select pictures as the folder I'm going to use. So we're waiting for it to load now. Alright, it's almost ready. And sorry. Yeah, almost done. Almost done. It just has to run through the folders to see if there's any problem. We're waiting for it to load. Because if all these functions are not there, there is going to be a problem. So it's best for us to wait and not try to skip any of these. So if we skip it, there's gonna be a problem when we're trying to build our game. So the best thing to do right now is to wait. It's almost done, 75% or 80% by now. Almost there. Okay. It's going to be like 85 by now. Like, 95% by now. Yeah, 100% done. Whenever it's done, it just freezes like that. So we just have to wait for a bit. So we should not get ahead of ourselves here. Yeah, let's wait. Alright. Let's have to run this quick second biological run through so we can check if it is done. Almost done. Yeah, now it's done. Now it's done, so we should now have a new Unity folder. So the way I just first did it into 2D is that I just did the directional lights. Because all this is for 3D and I'm not using Unity Hub. So yeah, and I'm not using perspective, I'm using orthographic. Now I'm changing the background color to any color that I choose. Yeah, so now it's like that. So now the projection is now, we're not changing from skybox to solid color. So you can now see from here that is good. So I'm going to 2D objects here. Don't make that mistake. Just come to the sprites. You can click on any shape. So I'm just going to use square. Okay. So this square, we're going to drag it to here, and then we're going to drag it. So yeah, now we're going to turn this into 2D so you can be able to see everything perfectly. So we're going to first start by giving the box a box collider and a rigid body. Box collider 2D and a rigid body 2D. Body 2D. See. So let's create another square for ground. For the ground square, so when it's falling, it doesn't fall out of the boundary. So okay, let me just show you that really quickly. So okay, so next thing we add is just box collider. This one's a 2D. So let's get all the 2D folders vectors here. Now we're gonna choose box collider. Yeah, so let me just zoom in so I can show you something. So there's a little green outline of the square that shows that this is the box collider. That's why the outline here is green too. So we should be able to run it and see that it now falls. The square now falls on it and it stays. Done. And that's just the main part. So if you don't get this part, we can't get anywhere making a good platformer. So I'm just gonna change the ground like this. So this thing we're gonna do is just gonna create a quick C# script, and our script is gonna be named play tutorial player movements. Player movements. Okay, now we're done. So all I have to do now is click on it and wait for Visual Studio Code to open. It says, so while you were not probably watching, I just quickly copied it. So here, I'm just gonna leave this code here a bit so you can write it down. So I'm just gonna wait for like 50 seconds. I expect it to be fast. Or you can just take a picture of it and just type it down, because I don't have much time left. Okay. So now we should go back to Square, which is the main character. I'm gonna name that later. So we're gonna drag this component here. So first, we're gonna wait. I forgot to do something. I forgot. You have to save it first. Okay. So it's now importing while the game is being played. So all I have to do is wait for it. So now everything should refresh. I have a different idea now, so we're just basically going to remove this component and add it back again because it's somehow glitching. So the scripts class cannot be found. Make sure that there are no compilers and the file name and class name match. Okay, I can kind of see how that is working out. Alright, because it's not play movement, so we have to say tutorial play movement. So we'll have to add the word tutorial. Done. Save that. And we're gonna come back to it now. It's probably updating. So let's keep going. So now this is the final part of the video right now. So now we have a finished game. If you have any compile errors, I can leave something like that in the comments. So now you can see that there's a problem again. Let me just check. Of course, I didn't add the tutorial play movement back, so I'm just gonna have to add that back now. So you can see we can set the speed of the player. So we're gonna set this to 10. And lastly, they're just gonna duplicate some of these blocks so you can be able to just wander around and jump on them. Yeah. So we're done. Let's run it now and see. Okay, now you can see that we can move around, but our jump height isn't high enough to be able to jump on the block, so I'm gonna set the jump height to 15. Yeah. So now I'm gonna be able to grab this into full screen. So just press play and just wait for it to run. Press full screen, and now you can see we have a fully functional game now. I hope you enjoy, so please keep in touch and also subscribe to my channel. So bye, and please enjoy my video.